Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Tahir Dhindsa and you're watching SDTV. China has been criticized that they lend loans that become a liability and they don't produce. They basically want to put for their own projection of their economic and strategic powers. But the history is proving otherwise. Now they have come after the CPEC, after the BRI. Now it's a brand new initiative. They have come with Green BRI. And their President Xi has said that it's not going to curtail development, stop development, but it will provide funding for, it will be a new initiative that will enable countries to develop further at a good pace. And partly it's going to compensate for that 100 billion promised money annually, which has never been paid in full. We have today with us Executive Director, Mr. Jianyu Zhang of BRI Green Development Institution in China. Doctor, very warm welcome.
My honor.
Say a few things on the project and what is your conception on this green development, and shortly and as a premise so we can further dwell on the discussion.
Yeah, I think for green development, it's not something, it's an abstract concept in the air. We really need to land it on the ground, and also we really need to make that into our aspiration for sustainable development, which is best exemplified these days in the issues of climate change. And everyone knows that we're facing the whole global community is facing triple crisis: the crisis from climate change, the crisis from biodiversity loss, and also the crisis from conventional polluting. And I think all the developing countries are facing the same thing. And I think China look at this, and China is saying that, you know, we need to clean up our own house first. So if you look at China, what they have done for the past 10 years, they have made dramatic improvement in its air quality, water quality, and also the installation of the renewables. Right now in China, the green energy for the first time by the end of 2022 has surpassed that of fossil fuel. So China is really making a significant transformation of its energy structures. But China didn't stop there, because China really subscribed to the global SDG targets, SDG goals, and also see that China see that as an opportunity for China can grow together with the other developing countries together, because China believes that's something not only important for the global community, you know, climate safety and biodiversity safety, but also it's important for the actual growth for every individual countries. So that's why if you look at the step China has taken, they have taken a very methodical and practical approach from greening its own footprint, reduce their own environmental footprint of the infrastructure projects that China is involved in, to offering the cheap and reliable, high quality products to the world through reducing its cost primarily. Like solar panels, the cost has reduced by 87% through China's effort. And China is offering 80% of the global solar panels, the physical readiness. And now I think the third BRI, China is launching a new initiative that China wants to step up the finance of the renewable project. But China is doing that in an innovative way. Is through this partnership called the GIFPI, Green Investment and Finance Partnership, in which China is trying to line up the major players in every subsector of the entire supply chain, from the policy banks, you know, the Development Bank and the China Import-Export Bank, which are two of the three institutions receive the additional $100 billion US. And by the way, we need to clarify, the money was offered actually in renminbi. We say that in dollars just for people to understand. The money actually was offered in the sense of renminbi, like for example for the China Development Bank is 350 billion renminbi, and also same for the Import-Export Bank. So definitely there is the China renminbi denomination opportunity there.
Yeah, wonderful. CPEC was the pilot corridor from all the 6 corridors, and these corridors and then belts after the roads and the belts, they make BRI. What about this CPEC? Are you looking forward to green it?
Yeah, no, I think CPEC has always been the what we call the jewel of the crown of China's overseas development, in the sense of green development, because the CPEC is, to my understanding, is the first of which that China and Pakistan really cooperate very closely with each other. We plan that together, we build that together, and we're poised to benefit from that together. And particularly with regard to the planning of the renewable energy installation, the wind and solar in particular, and hydro along the corridor. But I think there's certainly there are uncertain international geopolitical situations and all
geostrategic
and all these new sort of barriers, challenges that we need to conquer with. But I think,
do you think together you'll do it?
I think so. I think so. And I think
what's the time frame?
Not only we need to do it, but also I think we really make that successful so that it can become an exemplary case for the other BRI countries to look forward to, and to see that only through closely cooperating with each other that we can really make that happen. My understanding of the energy planning for the corridor started from 2014 to 2025. And I think we are about to go to the next phase of the over-planning. I do not know exactly the time frame, but I think it will be in the time frame at least for 10 years or even beyond. So I think we really need to gauge on the newest economic situation of both countries, both China and Pakistan, to closely examine what are the economic targets, what are the potential needs, what are the readiness. For example, we heard a lot today through the discussion about the physical part, which is a great readiness, and also the policy part, the soft part. You know, whether you have the right tariff and the currency policies and so on and so forth. I think we need to examine the landscape of the new scenario, of the readiness of the entire situation, and to make a holistic decision with regard to the planning of the next phase.
What is the next phase? Primarily, I mean, we see road and power infrastructure in the phase one. Just briefly, what is the next stage?
No, I think, as President Xi said in his speech, in a very
especially for Pakistan.
In a nicely way, that I think the corridor is important. The infrastructure, the roads, and the new energy system is important. I really see the next phase is in the sense of well-being of the people, because by the end of the day, all we're trying to do to conquer the crisis and to raise people's awareness, because we want to achieve SDG targets. That is the closest measurement that we have. That is the dimension that we are the parameters that we're looking for, to measure our success. And that's why I think President Xi said in his speech that we want to do this 1,000 small and impactful projects that go directly into the community. Because at the end of the day, once you're done with the corridor, once you're done with the skeleton of the development, the roads and the constructions, you need to make sure people actually can benefit from that. And I think that's really important for the CPEC here, because I think both countries have a long history, working with each other, sharing cultures and exchange students. Actually, I want to mention one thing. When I was at Tsinghua University, exactly 30 years ago, I had a really good friend from Pakistan, studied electrical engineering at Tsinghua University. I think he's from Bajawa of Pakistan.
From Peshawar.
Peshawar, yes, from Pakistan. And I think, that was 30 years ago. Already you sent your smartest, the best, brightest people to go to Tsinghua University and became my friends and classmates. And I'm sure that tradition has been going on. So there's a long, deeply rooted, I think, friendship and relationship between the two countries that we really should work together on this.
Last, but if we sink down to the micro, in the phase two, are you looking forward for some industrial cooperation or the digital Silk Road or what?
Well,
or re-exporting, relocating industry here or re-exporting from here? What?
Well, I think two angles that we need to look at. One is that I think the next phase of the Green Silk Road is going to be a new kind of Green Silk Road that's closely knitted together and connected together with digitization and with connectivity. So this is not going to be the traditional Green Silk Road. Even talking about the grid, China in 2021, the Chinese way of achieving the last installation of the renewables is not just on the big projects. It's actually 65% of the installation of the newest installation in China goes to what we call decentralized application of the renewable. There's the what we call RE plus fishing, RE plus farming, RE plus anti-desertification, and RE plus poverty remediation. So it is with those hybrid motivations and initiatives that we have achieved our RE targets. I think those are very precious experiences that can be shared with Pakistan here along the corridor, so that when you look at these targets, look at the installation of renewables, you do not install them just for the sake of renewables, but you really need to think about how you can combine that with the cultivation and the enhancement of the people's well-being, so that people can really benefit along the corridor.
Thank you very much, and looking forward for more interaction. With this, we come to the end of the program. Goodbye for now.